Back here at the Danny Green Antonio Tarver press conference, and none other than three-division world champion Danny the Green Machine Green. Welcome to the KO Boxing Show.
G'day Peter, how you going, mate? Pleased to be here. Thanks for having me on.
No, great to have you on, mate. Mate, let's go over your career, because it's been a fabulous career. Eric Luca, Stipe Dues, knocking out Roy Jones Jr. Now you're fighting Antonio Tarver. Shit, you're taking on the big challenges.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster career, Pete. I've had a great time, and I've worked hard and sacrificed a hell of a lot to get where I am today. And for us to bring over a four-time world champion and a guy who's going for his fifth world title in my world title, which I've got something to say about. But yeah, it's a very tough fight. Tarver is a marquee name, one of the only true marquee names left in boxing, especially in the heavier weight division. And as a former undisputed champ, he brings a hell of a lot of his credentials are impeccable. And his experience is, it's second to none in the boxing world out there. He's fought all the great fighters and, won some and lost some against the greatest fighters there. And he's still a major threat. So he'll defeat any fighter in his weight division on any day if he's prepared properly, and that's including me. So if I'm not 100%, Pete, on the night on the 20th of July, I won't be victorious.
Mate, you started as an amateur, you're an outstanding amateur. You went to the Olympics, and you've gone through the right channels with boxing. You really care about the sport. Boxing, it's part of your life, isn't it? You're not just a guy that just uses it as a sport. You like getting involved in promoting other events and just getting involved with the grassroots stuff as well.
That's where I came from, Pete, and it's now my life, and it's provided me with a great lifestyle, and it's provided me with a future for my family, and it's been a great opportunity. It's a dream come true, almost a fairy tale. I never envisaged myself actually being here. I thought I'd like to be here, but you don't actually think it's going to come true. But like I said, made a lot of work and a lot of hard sacrifices and a lot of injuries, a lot of pain, and giving a lot of things up and going without a lot of things in order to become champion. So and to remain champion. So that's what I'm in. The phase I'm in now is staying hungry and sacrificing, being disciplined and dedicated to my sport, and being a professional.
Danny, you're a humble guy, and earlier on, or late last year, you had an illness which nearly cost you your life. Let's go into that.
Yeah, I got actually just before New Year's Eve, and then January 6th I had an operation, and my appendix burst, and I had an abscess that was half a litre, removed from my stomach that actually surrounded my appendix that would burst to actually protect my body, because the doctors didn't realise what was going on. It was a really, really strange, bizarre injury, and I was in chronic pain for 6 days. And yeah, if it wasn't in a hospital, it could have been much worse. Just the burst appendix alone could have caused a major trauma. But the fact that the abscess nearly burst as well and was seeping poison into my system, I was a very sick boy, Pete, and I lost 13 kilos, and I didn't actually know whether I was going to be able to fight again. So I had to recover and just bide my time, chill out. And happy to say we got back into training, tested my body well and true with a hard sparring session, ticked all the boxes, and here we are today, mate.
Does it make you appreciate it more now that you're fit and healthy and you're here now? You don't take your health for granted, Danny?
I'd like to think so, mate. So a couple of times in the last 2 months, I've tied a few nights on with a couple of beers, or more than a couple of beers. But you live, you have to live, you have to smell the roses too, mate, and enjoy life. That's what I've learnt more than anything, is not being so anal with my preparations, just relaxing a little bit, because at my age, I've been doing it for a long time. Experience plays a massive part. And now it's about working hard at the right time, and then recovering and relaxing at the right time as well. Relaxing and recuperation is just as important at my age, because of the hard work I've done for 20 years, as it is hard work. So, yeah, it's all coming together nicely. Thanks, Pete.
Mate, you've got the army gear on, so you're ready for war. What are we going to expect against Antonio Tarver?
Well, we're in Melbourne, mate. I'm a Perth boy, so we're in Melbourne, so I have to bring out the warm jacket, buddy. But yeah, I'm ready for war, and I think that's what it's going to be. When you see Tarver, I think you'll agree with me, he's a big lad. I mean, size means nothing, but when you have the experience, when you have the power, when you have the skill and the ring generalship that Antonio Tarver has, that size makes it even more imposing and even more difficult. So, yeah, I'm facing, I think, the toughest challenge of my career. I think once the fight gets closer and people get to see Tarver and see him in action a bit and see him training and that kind of thing, they'll agree. He's not as known as Roy Jones was, although he knocked Roy Jones out, the first man to ever knock Roy Jones out, so it's an incredible accomplishment. I think once the fight gets closer, the country will realise this is a mega fight. Definitely the fight of the year, without doubt. He's the second biggest name that's ever been to this country, and we're proud to do it. Proud to bring him here. Another big name in Antonio Tarver. Roy was the biggest, and now Antonio Tarver is the next biggest. So if we can, if I can be successful against the guy who's going to be a future Hall of Famer, as was Roy Jones, or as is Roy Jones when he's retired, it'd be a massive feather in my cap, Pete.
Look, he was Rocky. He was in Rocky 6. Owen Dixon. He fought Sylvester Stallone or Rocky Balboa, the famous boxer. Sylvester Stallone's been inducted in the IBF Hall of Fame as well. So he wasn't a real fighter, but those Rocky films meant a lot to a lot of boxers, didn't they? And Antonio Tarver, not a bad actor as Owen Dixon.
Yeah, Rocky 6. He played the Rocky Balboa. It was good. He played the main lead opposition to Rocky. We were on radio this morning. We had a quiz. No, he shouldn't have quizzed me on Rocky, mate, because we had 5 questions and I beat him 4-1. And he was in the Rocky movies. Ask me about Rocky, I'll tell you, mate, I love him. My wife loves him, everyone, my kids love him. Everyone loves Rocky. As soon as you hear that music, everyone just gets that warm, fuzzy feeling, mate. It's a great feeling. It's a great movie. It's a great series. And, yeah, he's an actor that's inducted into the true Boxing Hall of Fame. Such was his impact on boxing.
Danny, you're a bit of a Rocky story yourself, mate, in Australian boxing. So from everyone on the KO Boxing Show, good luck in your endeavours to defend your IBO world title up against Antonio Tarver.
Appreciate it, Pete. Thanks very much for having me on, mate. Thanks very much for having me, and thanks for the support too, guys. Really appreciate it.